Hello and welcome to Cappin at the Spa. I'm Saratoga Geese, and we're recording live from Quivic Drive in cloudy Saratoga. It's Fourstardave Day, so we're going to highlight Fourstardave here today and leave the other bobbleheads out. Fourstardave was a favorite of mine. Won a race here every year from 1987 to 1994, 8 straight years. Was a big fan favorite. Tom Durkin loved calling the race with him, and the fans really got into him, so I'm happy they named a Grade 1 after him. I also want to introduce our friend behind me, who's been a mainstay at our show. We're going to call him Toga Tommy, in honor of our friend, who not only was instrumental in delivering Toga Tommy to me, but he was also instrumental in us ending up here on Quivic Drive. We'll tell you a story sometime about that, but you have to come over in the backyard around the fire, and we'll tell you both stories. Now on to the races. Possible storms today. All picks are assuming that it's fast track and a firm turf. We're hoping the rain stays away. In race 5, my first play of the day, I've got 4 picks today. Our first pick is a real long shot. In the 5th race, a claiming 25, mile and 16th on the turf, we're looking at Husband's Folly, the 1 horse, at 30 to 1. Husband's Folly has a decent grass history and runs in the mid-80 buyers when he's on his game. Last 2 races, one was at a mile and 3/8, which is not the preferred distance, and the other was on a sloppy main track off the grass. Just throw that out. The trainer, Greg DePrima, while a bit of a nondescript trainer, second time off a layoff is 20% with an RRI of over $5. So he has hit with horses before. Back in April, this horse won at 17 to 1 in a claiming 25, and then went off 11 to 1 and ran second. So the horse has a history of getting in the money and winning at big prices. The big favorite's going to be, the speed in the race is Made in Detroit, the 9 horse. Going to be very tough to beat, in my opinion. Really the only speed in the race. There's also the 10 and the 4 who are second, third choice, who have certainly a chance. So I'm going to hook the 1 up with some of those horses. Certainly a 1-9 box and some small trifectas with them. And we're going to take a shot with a 30 to 1 shot. Moving on to the 8th race, an optional claiming 80,000 at a mile and 16th on the grass. We're going to look at number 3 horse, 6 to 1 morning line, Enchantress. Tom Proctor, who we won on here on this show last week. This horse is the only speed in the race, and I really think he's got a chance to steal the race. Last time out, optional claiming 50, lost by a nose at Delaware in June, has 2 bullet works in July, and we all know how good Tom Proctor can be on the grass. There's going to be a big favorite in this race, the 8 horse Off Limits for Chad Brown, who's run mid-90 buyers the last 2 times out in an allowance and a stakes race, and done very well. I'm certainly going to hook the 3 up with him. It's a 7 horse race, and the 3 horse is the 5th or 6th choice. So if Off Limits goes off at even money, I think we can get this horse at 6, 7, 8 to 1. And we're certainly going to hook him up with the favorite, but we're going to take a shot with that 3 horse and hope we get a decent price. Moving on to the 9th race, which is an optional claiming 62 at 6 furlongs, we're going to look at the 4 horse, Spartiatus. Spartiatus is a 7-year-old who's run decent in stakes race, but when he drops down into these optional claimings, he's very dangerous. In July here last year, he won by a neck at 12 to 1 in the exact same condition. Coming into this year, in January, he won at 4 to 1 in an optional claimer, and then won a grade 3. His last 3 races have not been good. He took a couple months off, and he ran in the Vanderbilt in a race where El Deal just ran off and won by 8 lengths here about 2 weeks ago. Speed was not losing that day. So we're looking for Spartiatus to close. There's tremendous speed in this race. They're going to bet gift box, the Chad Brown horse, but he hasn't run since last November. So I'm hoping that the speed collapses and we're going to get a closer here in Spartiatus, 12 to 1 on the morning line. We're going to close up today's picks, and we are going to make a selection in the Fourstardave in honor of Fourstardave. We're going to take the 1 horse, Ballarox, at 10 to 1. This is one of my favorite horses in the last 2 years. I bet him last year at Saratoga 10 to 1, got beat 3/4 of a length. Came back with him at 5 to 1, and he ran second, beaten 3/4 of a length. So I chased the horse into 2017. Bill Mott puts blinkers on him, and the horse really starts to respond. Wins a couple optional claimers, runs in the Maker's Mark Mile, a grade 1, and loses by a half length. Was really closing that day. Then he runs in the Turf Classic with a different jockey, and he really got steadied, hemmed in. I just watched the race a few minutes ago. Really had no chance. There's not any true grade 1 champions in this race. Very good race. But right now, Ballarox is the longest shot on the board in the morning line. So with Time Test getting money with the Chad Brown, with Disco Partner, who broke a record here a couple weeks ago, at Belmont in June, broke a record. You know, I'm looking for a good price, a good trip behind the speed of World Approval and Sassy Little Lila, and I'm hoping that he gets the jump on the closers, and we got a shot here to win the Fourstardave. I'm guessing around 8-1 with Ballarox. So, good luck to you all. Let's hope that the rain stays away, and let's hope that today is your day.